Welcome to the League of Nerds comic book segment number 164. I'm John Cooney here to talk to you about comics released the 11th of March 2015, beginning as usual with my first five, meaning these are the first 5 books I intend to read this week, and I'll give you a little more depth on them, starting with at number 1, The Walking Dead number 138, Face to Face. Series writer Robert Kirkman told Business Insider what he'd do in a zombie apocalypse.
It's a tough one. I honestly don't think about this a lot. I would probably, I don't know. Look, I wouldn't last very long, so the thought of me trying to survive for any length of time is not appealing. I would probably go to the center of it all and try and get it over with as quickly and painlessly as possible. But yeah, I don't know. Firemen? I'd find a bunch of firemen. They seem like capable people.
At number 2, we've got All New X-Men number 37. You know your friends from growing up, the ones you went to high school with, and are to this day some of the people who know you best? Well, imagine that there are only 5 kids in your high school, and you're all hated and feared by the world around you. Sometimes it's nice to take a step back and realize that what you've been told is your team is really something much better, your best friends. After the recent announcement of Brian Michael Bendis' departure from the X-Men titles, Marvel editor-in-chief Axel Alonso reflected on Bendis' work with the X-Men, quote, "I always thought Brian would be perfect for X-Men. He has a real ear for kids, how they speak, what they care about, what they think, and he excels with ensemble casts and the nuances of friendship and families. And X-Men lives or dies by that. And Brian nailed all that while giving us some of the biggest stories ever. And, of course, he's left us with a fascinating expanded cast that we can play with, depending on who survives Secret Wars." Close quote. At number 3, we've got Star Wars number 3. The greatest space adventure of all time continues. The attack on Cymoon 1 comes crashing to an end. Will the rebels overcome Vader to strike another blow against the Empire? And is Luke ready to be the Jedi Ben wanted him to be? Series writer Jason Aaron described his goal for the book, quote, "All of us that are involved wanted this to feel like a continuation of the original film. We wanted everything to flow seamlessly in terms of how the characters looked and what they were doing. We wanted it all to feel believable and like a direct sequel that could have come out in 1978, a year after the original. But we still wanted to mix things up. We didn't want it like we were picking the bones of the original movie and saying, remember how awesome that old film was? We really wanted to bring something new to the table. We do cross the stream a little bit. We do see some references to more than just the original film. We see elements and vehicles that pop up in some of the other movies, and going forward we'll continue to mix things up like that. We'll keep dancing between the raindrops in different ways to keep things exciting and fresh. That said, I still want this book to remind me of all the stuff that I loved about the original movies. Going back and watching the original films again, I'm struck by how much I like hanging out with those characters." Close quote. At number 4, we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 16. Spider-Verse is over, but that doesn't mean Peter Parker is safe. Someone or something has invaded Parker Industries and is targeting its staff. But how? Parker Industries security can keep out any living thing. Senior editor Nick Lowe shared what's next for Peter, quote, "He's going back to the basics for this arc. We're focusing on Parker Industries in a big way and trying to simplify. You're not going to see a lot of other Spider characters for a while, so it'll be kind of a breath of fresh air. And we've got some stuff coming up with Parker Industries dealing with the Ghost, who readers will know from Thunderbolts. You'll see Alchemex in there as well, and some other high-tech companies." Close quote. And at number 5, we've got Spider-Man 2099, number 10. Miguel O'Hara has finally found his way back to 2099, but none other than the malicious Maestro has taken control of the dimension. Looks like Spidey may have to call in some strange backup. Series writer Peter David explained the return of the Maestro. Quote, "Because I'm working on an upcoming project featuring the character, I decided this would be a good time to bring him back into the Marvel Universe. And since I knew that Miguel was returning to 2099, it seemed a good time to bring him in." Close quote. He also discussed the return of Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme of 2099. Quote, "I liked Strange when we first did her and was saddened that we didn't get to do more with her. This seemed like a good opportunity to revive the character and take her some interesting places." Close quote. Rounding out the top 10 at number 6, we've got Miles Morales, The Ultimate Spider-Man number 11. Thanks to Miles, the Ultimates are back, because Dr. Doom has revealed his plan and it's more than one web-slinger can handle. At number 7, we've got Spider-Gwen number 2. Who is the Vulture? Gwen finds herself between a rock, this Vulture, and a hard place, the entire NYPD. Don't miss this second issue of the Spider character who set the world on fire. At number 8, we've got Guardians Team Up number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy and the Avengers. Follow part 2 of this story as the Guardians of the Galaxy slam their way into the world of the Avengers, and only working together as a team will help them save the galaxy. Tension runs high when survival is at stake, and when the likes of Gamora, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Rocket are forced to problem solve together, it can mean only one thing is guaranteed: destruction. At number 9, we've got New Avengers number 31. In 2 months, time runs out. And at number 10, we've got Thor number 6. Who is Thor? That's the question on everyone's lips, most especially Prince Odinson of Asgard. This issue, he starts to narrow down the list of suspects. Meanwhile, tensions continue to flare between the All-Mother and All-Father. Malekith forges his most dangerous pact yet, and Thor prepares to face her greatest challenge. For the best of the rest, from DC Comics, we've got Action Comics number 40. Bizarro makes Superman sane. Happy to see each other. No fighting ever. Next we have Astro City number 21, the shattering conclusion of the 4-part Quarrel story. With Crackerjack in the clutches of the Black Lab, Quarrel and Honor Guard face difficult choices, and at least one hero's career will have seen its final adventure, a very human perspective on a superhuman tragedy. We've also got Batman Eternal number 49. This month in Batman Eternal, the epic Bat story over a year in the making comes to a stunning end. Gotham City is in flames, villains are running wild in the streets, Bat Tech has been corrupted, and the mastermind behind it all has put a knife in Batman's ribs. How will the Dark Knight put an end to this nightmare, and how will it shape the face of Gotham City to come? Next we have Detective Comics Endgame number 1, one-shot. The city is overrun by Jokerized victims, but a small band of teenagers unites to take a stand. Their secret knowledge of Gotham City streets helps them survive, but will Batman take help from this young group of upstarts? And what could it mean for the future of the young heroes in Gotham City? We've also got FBP Federal Bureau of Physics number 19. Adam and Rosa are forced to make impossible decisions at the end of the universe. This is not an understatement. This is not hyperbole. Physics continue to go mad and everything is changing forever. Next we have iZombie number 1 Special Edition. Gwen Dillon is a gravedigger in an eco-friendly cemetery and a zombie detective. Once a month she has to eat a human brain, both to keep from going all Night of the Living Dead and to keep her own memories intact. As a result, Gwen's mind is crowded with the dead person's thoughts, and lately she feels compelled to fulfill their final requests. Torn between a mysterious mummy and a dashing young monster hunter, Gwen is set for adventure beyond imagination. A were-terrier, a swinging 60s ghost, and a pack of paintball-blasting vampires complete the cast of iZombie. Written by World Fantasy Award finalist Chris Robertson, with art by Eisner Award-winning superstar artist Michael Allred. iZombie is a monster of a tale with razor-sharp prose and powerful pop artistry. Don't miss this special debut issue launching Vertigo's next monster hit, priced at just $1. And we've got new Suicide Squad number 8. It's a bloody superhuman revolt, and Deadshot and Harley are at ground zero. Is the Suicide Squad done for? From Marvel Comics, we've got Amazing Spider-Man Special number 1, Attack on New Attilan, a blockbuster 3-part story spanning Amazing Spider-Man, Inhuman, and all-new Captain America starts here. Something big wants to destroy New Attilan. The fact that New Attilan is in the Hudson River puts Manhattan and Spider-Man right in its crosshairs. Jeff Loveness pens all 3 chapters with tremendous artists like Luca Pizzari and connecting variants by superstar Adam Kubert. Next we have Ant-Man number 3. Ant-Man faces off against his deadliest arch-enemy, the mercenary known as Taskmaster. Can we really call him an arch-enemy? Well, they've actually fought a bunch of times, look it up, and they definitely don't like each other. That's what arch means, right? There's a mystery villain pulling the strings. He's the one covered in heavy shadow. Mystery villains never have good lighting. Need to get to an IKEA or something. We've also got Fantastic Four number 644, the most controversial Fantastic Four story of the century. Will the Thing survive the worldwide attack from the twisted heroes and creatures of Franklin's Heroes Reborn universe? Will Sleepwalker lead Sue, Jim Hammond, and Namor into a nightmare scenario? Reed Richards versus the Quiet Man. Next we have Howard the Duck number 1, hot off the pages of the post-credits scene at the end of a popular movie. Howard the Duck is back. Join him as he takes on the weird cases that only a talking duck can crack as the Marvel Universe's resident private investigator. Let sex criminals Chip Zdarsky, a writer known mostly as an artist, and Joe Quinones, an artist known mostly as a lover, guide you through his new world as he takes on the Black Cat and mysterious forces from outer space. Wog! We've also got Ms. Marvel number 13. A mysterious stranger arrives in Jersey City. Is it possible Kamala Khan is about to develop a crush? Yes, it is. Drama, intrigue, romance, suspense, punching things. Next, we have Nova Annual number 1. Nova turns to Doc Green, the Incredible Hulk, for help with his busted helmet. Their quest takes them halfway across the universe and puts them in danger that even the Hulk can't punch out of. We've also got Silver Surfer number 10, the climax to the Silver Surfer Galactus story for the 21st century. Witness the soul of the Silver Surfer laid bare in a cosmic clash unlike any you've ever seen. A tale of hope and heroes, of triumph and tragedy, as only can be told in one of the mightiest Marvel comics of them all. If you weren't a true believer before Silver Surfer number 10, you will be after. Next, we have Spider-Man and the X-Men number 4. It's Spider-Man vs. Beast in a knockdown, drag-out, no-holds-barred science fair. Someone at the Jean Grey School knows Spider-Man's secret identity, and it's not someone who likes him, plus the incredibly short career of the all-new Sinister Six. We've also got Superior Iron Man number 6. What shocking revelations have left Tony Stark reeling? Will Pepper Potts turn her back on Tony for good? The impossible is working against him. Doubt is creeping in. His history is uncertain, and his future has just been complicated by another ghost of the past. And we've got Wolverines number 10. Victor Creed has slowly changed over the course of the past few months. From his shift in access to joining the team of Wolverines, he's actually grown as an individual. So how does he use his new outlook on life to steal a pirate ship? Sharp and Hogan now battle it out for complete domination of body and soul, while Phantomile and Culpepper's mission takes them even deeper into a mission they hadn't planned for. From Boom Studios, we've got Bill and Ted's Most Triumphant Return number 1 of 6. Following the time-traveling historic epic of excellent adventure and the turbulent life and death of Bogus Journey, Bill and Ted must now fulfill their destiny as the inspiration for galactic harmony. How can someone hate the Wild Stallions as much as the evil Chuck de Nomalos? With the power of time travel, Bill and Ted set their sights on turning a young 20th century Nomalos' non-heinous attitude into something most outstanding in metal. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Magnus Robot Fighter number 12, final issue. Magnus battles the Basilisk, an unstoppable entity bent on blasting our hero into atoms. Can Leisha and Magnus hit reboot on their entire world's corrupted infrastructure? And even if they do, what's Magnus's robot dad's final horrifying endgame? Is this the end or a frightful new beginning? Hints in the final pages as Magnus fades to black. From IDW Publishing, we've got Star Trek number 43. The lead up to the next Star Trek film continues here in an all-new adventure produced in association with Roberto Orci. Captain Kirk and the crew of the Enterprise find themselves in uncharted space on their 5-year mission of exploration, but a new alien threat may end their journey prematurely. From Image Comics, we've got Sidekick number 10. The noose is tightening around the neck of Thomas Winchester, formerly known as the Red Cowl. Desperate and on the run, his only hope is that his former sidekick, Barry Chase, will show mercy and refrain from killing him to avenge years of pain and deception. But with Julia Moonglow at his side, urging vengeance, will Barry save his former partner, or finish his journey to a world darker than any he could have imagined? From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Ninjak number 1. For the first time, Ninjak's past and future collide in the pages of an all-new ongoing series from New York Times bestselling writer Matt Kint and superstar artist Clay Mann and Butch Goose. Then, meet inexperienced MI6 recruit Colin King on his first mission in the field as he learns the basics of spycraft and counterintelligence and develops a volatile relationship with his first handler. Now, Colin King is Ninjak, the world's foremost intelligent operative, weapons expert, and master assassin, and he's hunting the Shadow 7, a secret cabal of shinobi masters with mysterious ties to his training and tragic past. And we've got Unity number 16, War on the Home Front. After a violent and devastating battle, the Eternal Warrior, one of the world's immortals and its greatest wager of war, must once again grapple with his most implacable enemy, the countless days behind him, and the life that's about to become a memory. Out in trades this week, we've got Astro City Private Lives hardcover. Get to know the assistant to one of Astro City's newest and most powerful mystic heroes, the Silver Adept. Plus, we take a look at the Gentleman Bandit as he continues his life of well-dressed crime as a member of the Menagerie Gang, and meet the proprietor of a roadside killer robot sanctuary and museum. But Broken Man isn't done with our town yet, and he spies on both the Dancing Master and Starbright, a teen superhero whose destiny is entwined with that of his greatest foe. Collects Astro City number 11 through 16. And we've got Astro City Victory trade paperback, a major new epic featuring Winged Victory, Samaritan, and the Confessor. When criminal charges are brought against Winged Victory, the Confessor must investigate, and it leads to open combat with Samaritan. Can Astro City's 3 greatest heroes find a way to work together against this mystery threat? Collects Astro City number 7 through 10, plus Astro City's Visitor's Guide number 1, including a tale revealing Winged Victory's origin. Okay, so that's just a few of my favorite books out this week. There's still plenty of others available, and I broke out all the Marvel titles this week in their own video, as well as a separate video for all of DC, and even a video with the top independent publishers. You can find them all on my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com. And we'll also have links up on the leagueofnerds.com, our Facebook page, so be sure to like us there too. Of course, you can follow everything I'm reading on Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find links to everything in the About section at he'sgotissues.com. And a reminder that both He's Got Issues and the League of Nerds are proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.